Dude, all the new music stinks.
Well, coming from you.
Except for, I know, Ozzy.
Hey, it's funny. Everybody's been teasing me about Ozzy, and you know what? What's happened in the last 6 months? The whole stupid country now is on the North Ozzy bandwagon.
It's nothing about his music.
It doesn't matter. It's the whole vibe, man.
Dude, you picked up on that before people had watched him in his house?
You know, hold on. Even with all that marketing he got with that show, his record sales stink.
Doesn't matter, because the people are stealing off the internet. They're downloading everybody.
They're not interested in Ozzy's music. They're interested in seeing Ozzy look like a complete idiot on TV.
You're completely wrong.
It's the whole Ozzy vibe. I'm saying music, who he is, all of it makes him Ozzy.
No one knew. 99% of people, especially even Ozzy fans, never knew Ozzy was like that.
Anyway, I have interviews from him from Detroit in before Randy died, the early 80s, where he's drunk on the air. I've known Ozzy.
Yeah, that's fine. That's rock star drunk, not poor father walking around his house drunk.
But they're all into the whole vibe now.
You think?
No, dude, they are. I've been loving Ozzy for all these years.
No, his record sales stink.
Everyone's
the whole reason they did the TV show. The whole reason they did the TV show with Sharon wanted to do this TV show was to help his record
promote
sales.
The album.
Exactly. Dude, you talk about the internet, then why is Eminem already over 2 million? In 3 weeks, he's at 2.4 million.
Oh, boy.
And he was already that was all, if you're saying that album was available on the internet.
Right. That's because we played it.
What's Ozzy's album up to, Earl? Did it even sell 1 million copies? It was a bomb.
You're delusional.
Cracked 1 million.
Dude, it was a bomb. It was because of the show.
With
all the last one that just came out.
With all the marketing that he got for his name, for his music, that's a disgrace.
Hours of commercial time on MTV, which is the record-buying public, and still couldn't cut it.
You can't get Ozzy and Eminem. Come on, man. Eminem, I like Eminem, but when he's doing it 20 or 30 years after he starts, then come talk to me. I don't want to hear about any music.
I don't like that excuse either.
That's a stupid excuse.
I don't like that one, too.
Some of these bands should give up after a few years.
Ozzy's phenomenal. You guys know that.
I think Ozzy is, but you know something? I'm going to be the first one to say this. Here it comes. My announcement. I think I'm the first person that has said this. I'm feeling the Osbourne overexposure.
Of course.
I'm feeling the Osbourne overexposure. I doubt
the second season of the Osbournes is going to do well. It's just going to stink.
It's going to be a bomb.
It's going to be a
because now I've noticed
mistake.
The kids aren't acting like themselves, like in that awkward first couple of episodes. Now they're kind of pros at it, and they're kind of showing off. You see them on the interview shows and on the MTV Awards shows. And they're all playing the characters that are themselves.
The reason the Osbournes worked so well because they were all so innocent.
Yeah, now
there was a lot of innocence as far as that show went. It was real.
They weren't used to being on TV.
It was taped and they threw it on MTV. They weren't expecting it to be just a monstrous hit. And now, like Ann said, now that it is a monstrous hit, they're playing to the cameras more, and they're overdoing
every shot now. I'll tell you what every shot is: Ozzy looking all silly and stupid, maybe putting his Ozzy monster face on. Sharon looking in control; she's got to make that look. The daughter looking like she doesn't want to be there, and the son looking all like crazy. That's like every picture now of them is like that because that's what everyone expects of them.
At least they took a year to get to that point. Tommy Lee is talking about people, hey, maybe they should film me. Nobody wants. You know how long it would take him to ham it up? 30 seconds.
You know what, though?
Once you bang Pam Anderson on camera, nobody wants to see your next part.
They film a kid falling in the pool. I'm watching that one.
God, why didn't I think of that?
Unfortunately, because of the success of the Osbournes, you're going to see a lot of these shows.
Of course you will, because
they're all going to fail in comparison, but the second season of the Osbournes is going to be awful.
It may not be as good, but I think it'll still be good.
It's going to be awful.
It won't be awful.
And this just in, there's going to be an entire collection of the Osbournes toys.
As there should be.
That are coming out, I guess, action figures. Is that what's happening? A little overexposure.
And you're
you're
delusional to think everyone's into Ozzy because of who he is.
No, I'm not.
They're into him because what they get to see on TV.
What I'm saying
He's a mess,
I don't
Jim.
care why.
He's a mess, and people love to get a peek at that.
But you know what? He's honest enough to let people.
They're giggling and laughing when they show the concert footage of Ozzy. He doesn't compare to 10, 15 years ago.
Where was Leno 5 years ago? Where was Leno 5 years ago?
Jim, he can't even move on stage.
Dude.
You know that people watch that show to laugh at him?
So what? If life was fair, Ozzy would have been dead in 1984. He's had all these years of shooting Demerol, and he's still going. I don't care what he does anymore.
Buy my Ozzy Osbourne Happy Meal from McDonald's. That's coming soon.
It's just annoying. That's the point I make. Everybody jumps on this Ozzy bandwagon now, and it's like people who have liked him. I could have told you this 20 years ago.
They're not jumping on the same bandwagon as you.
Yes, they are.
They're not discovering his music for the most part.
Not just
they're
music.
not buying his new music. They're looking at him on TV because he looks ridiculous.
What percentage would you say of people that watch the Osbournes actually know who Black Sabbath is?
Hard to say because a lot of people that are way too young or like, black
Less
and
than
Puerto Rican
10%.
guys that may not have listened to Ozzy before.
Less than 10%.
No, more than less than 10%. Come on, stop. Maybe
of the whole audience watching the Osbournes, you think more than 10%?
I would say less than 10%.
Know who Black Sabbath is?
Yeah, I would say less than
35%. Know who Sabbath is.
You're
insane. Fans.
You're insane. They're not super fans like you, Jim.
But they know who
crazy. They don't know who. They don't know what Sabbath is.
Sure they do.
No, they don't.
The average kids that watch MTV that are watching Eminem have no idea who Black Sabbath is.
Absolutely they do.
No, they don't.
They may not be fans. They may not be able to name songs, but they know who they are.
Dude, they know Eminem. They know System of a Down. They know Korn. They know those bands. They don't know any of them.
Because these bands, most of them have been, they're all on Sabbath tribute albums. All these bands have done nothing but pay homage to Sabbath.
Sabbath.
You are amazing,
Dude, it's true.
You love Sabbath.
They're all on Sabbath tribute albums.
Ozzy's our savior.
They all
Ozzy's
do
our savior.
System of a Down. All these guys have done Sabbath covers. All of them have done Sabbath covers. When's the last time Ozzy did a System of a Down cover? Never.
Look at Ben, he's falling off his chair.
You're insane.
Ben just fell off his chair.
You're absolutely insane.
I'm not. I do have a great Ozzy singing Stayin' Alive. That's phenomenal. That's a cover of Bee Gees Ozzy did, which was very acceptable.
You're insane.
I'm not, dude. I'm right.
You're insane.
I'm 100% right.
Well, I see
hate
this
to tell you, but there
whole...
are better bands than Ozzy.
And I will say,
Better bands than Black Sabbath.
You know what? Yeah, the Beatles was a better band. I like Sabbath better, but the Beatles was better than Sabbath. I mean, I'm not dumb. I know that. But who else is better? The Who? That overrated, annoying... My degenerate... Right.
That's a completely different animal.
Led Zeppelin.
Great band. Overrated in comparison with Sabbath because the critics liked them because of what they sang about, as opposed to Sabbath, who was really
the
dark.
Critics really didn't like Zeppelin
but
that much.
They hated Sabbath.
Well, yeah.
They did not like Zeppelin at the time either. They thought they were devil worshippers.
Are you going to tell me that Sabbath shouldn't be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, which should be fired by... If they're sending Anthrax, please. That's the first place you should send it. How is Sabbath not in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? How are they not? These pukey, like, Rolling Stone people.
Just because... Rolling Stern, he says. These spooky Rolling Stern people.
What are you talking about?
But no, you don't think Sabbath should be in the Rock and Roll of Fame?
Because of they've been around so long?
No, but
is
they
that
didn't
the
sell
only
out
reason?
and start singing ballads?
If there's somebody around that has been around for years, they should be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
I'm saying because the stuff was great. Every album was different. Every album was great.
Maybe it wasn't that
Volume
good.
4, Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath, Master Reality. Come on. I mean, Paranoid, everybody knows. But the original Black Sabbath, or even some stuff off of Technical Ecstasy or Never Say
What's
Die.
the criteria for being inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of
Apparently,
Fame?
it's wearing robes and being a faggot and selling out and doing ballads for films. Apparently, that's the criteria.
All right, what band are you talking about?
No, I'm just saying in general.
Are you talking about Aerosmith?
No, I'm just generalizing.
You are.
You know, or have died in the 70s. If you died in the 70s, you're accepted in. Well, Bonham's dead. All right, vote him in.
Aerosmith did a few ballads. Who cares? But they also rocked for many, many years.
I like Aerosmith. I do like Aerosmith.
I get pissed off when people say Aerosmith sold out. You can hate their music now or something, but how can you fault a band that nearly killed themselves with drugs?
I like them.
And once they came back, think that they should, like, do it again? It's like the drunk friend that has the other friend that went on the wagon and is all pissed off that they're not still drinking. You gotta give it to Aerosmith and let them just do what they do now. If they're making money hand over fist, writing ballads, writing movie soundtracks, you don't have to like it or listen to it, but you can't fault them and go, they should be doing drugs in their Learjet.
I agree.
And writing crappy tunes and performing them like crap live.
I agree. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm not knocking Aerosmith. My point is, what doesn't bother me is not Aerosmith or any band. It's the perception by people who vote you in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. It's these arrogant, stupid critics.
See Ozzy's new video?
No, I don't watch him.
The one with the little girls and the snow falling?
No, although I Just Want You is one of the best videos I've ever seen. That probably got 3 plays on it.
Of course it is.
And the song, the new song, the hit that's out is very hokey.
I think to get into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, you have to have a little longevity, and there wasn't a lot of longevity with Black Sabbath.
There was 10 years.
That's
but the
getting there.
They did great stuff, man. They did great stuff. Some of the riffs. Come on, how can anybody question I only
Ozzy.
riffs?
Hi, Boo Boo, hi, Sugar Bear, how are you guys?
Hey, what's up,
Ozzy?
I just wanted to say, I appreciate Jimmy, sticking up for me, and I love him, I just wanted to say, though, I kind of agree myself that I'm a little overexposed,
Yeah.
No, it's because I've been doing the Ozfest and stuff, and I go by, do the show on stage, and I used to see all the kids, singing along with the songs, and now, they just know me from the show, and they're taking, good tickets from people, my real fans, I don't know, I just agree with what you're saying.
Ozzy, I think you're a little overexposed. I think a lot of people now are almost, I dare say it, getting a little tired of your family.
I'm getting tired of it myself, I just wanted to say, I agree with what you're saying, and I don't know, I'll always be able to tell my true fans, I genuinely love the guys, I just wanted to say that, and I figured I'd chime in, that's all I got.
And I disagree with overexposed.
Look at this guy, Payback from Toms River, Jersey. Way to go, Jimmy. Led Zeppelin, the most overrated band ever. They stink and I don't like them. Right under that, Norton, you effing moron. Don't even insinuate that Ozzy and his S band are even in the same language as Led Zeppelin.
And I'm not knocking Zeppelin, dude. I like them. I'm saying...
You just did!
I did not.
You said they're overrated.
I said in comparison with the way the critics saw them compared to Sabbath. No one said Zeppelin wasn't great.
Zeppelin never made a bad song. Well, Hot Dog.
Come on. They were a great band.
Other people saying that...
Blow.
How many of those riffs were more interesting than what Iommi was writing? It was all perception. Wow, Zeppelin is so hip. I mean, I like
Zeppelin didn't have interesting riffs? Are you insane?
Of course they did. But why isn't Iommi with his 3 missing fingers?
Led Zeppelin, greatest band of all time.
Absolutely not.
End of story.
Not even better than the Beatles.
Rob from Columbus and Todd from Cleveland both chiming in here. Hey, Norton, shut the F up. Ozzy doesn't want Black Sabbath in the Hall of Fame.
Because they kept rejecting him. He took them off the ballot, stupid, in Cleveland.
Ozzy refused to be accepted into the Hall of Fame, you dope.
Because they kept rejecting them, and Ozzy got tired of it. Good for Ozzy. Why shouldn't he get tired of it?
Why wouldn't he just let it ride?
As far as overexposure is concerned, but Seinfeld was on the air for 10 years. How much overexposure? Or any of those other guys? Or Schwarzenegger has been a figure for 20 years.
It's different when you can go on a show like Seinfeld and have writers that write situations and not just put a camera on Ozzy and his family.
Seinfeld had a little more substance than the Osbournes.
All of a sudden he's at the White House.
I like Seinfeld, but he had more substance.
He's at the White House.
Of course there was more substance during the Seinfeld years than the Osbournes.
What do you mean by substance, though? There was better comedy writing.
How many seasons of the Osbournes are you going to be able to take before you want to puke?
I say it dies next season. It's done.
Of course.
Probably.
Done.
Yes, probably.
The reason Seinfeld was on the air so long is because of substance, great writing, and great characters.
No, I don't agree.
The Osbournes are just one-trick ponies, man, and that's okay. We had fun with it, but it's gonna die real fast
next
year.
Next year it might not be as strong, but so what? If he'll get 2 years, they get $20 million, which they deserve for all the videos that MTV didn't show. Please, how did I Just Want You?
Oh my God.
How did that video not get shown constantly?
Oh my God.
Even as a non-Ozzy fan, you have to look at that video and go, wow, that was a well.
When MTV first started, all you saw was Paranoid.
Paranoid, Children of the Grave, and Iron Man, shot from that 1982 California
I'm just so
concert.
glad that this man has passion for something else besides sex.
I know. To see him sex with Ozzy would be an amazing conversation with Norton.
I probably would. I wouldn't have sex with him because I'm not gay, but I might give him a handy out of respect.
All right, Ozzy.
Hi, guys.
Humming Iron Man.
I might actually be up for that too, Jimmy. I just wanted to say another thing is Ben was mentioning before, all the kids are into, Eminem and all that stuff. And I think these days more, kids are a product of their society. You see all these, everybody's into rap and wearing the pants around their ankles, I just think, so music like mine's doomed, because everybody's, turning into rap, I just think, that, I don't know, man. I don't know what to say.
Even hip-hop has to keep changing. I think they're at a point now, we were talking about this in the office, music itself is at a point where something's got to pop.
Hey, Jim,
it's retarded.
the reality is your hero is becoming a joke.
Not at all.
Yes, he is.
Absolutely not.
Someone wrote on the screen, Ozzy Osbourne is the Muhammad Ali of rock and roll.
Now, people watch the show to goof on Ozzy, yeah.
Muhammad Ali used to be a great, great fighter.
Now, there's something humble about him
with
that
a
people
quick
like,
wit,
and there's something honest about him that people like. There's a non-arrogance in allowing people to see you like that in your natural environment, because we're all a mess at home. There is an absolute honesty in that, and that's what people like about the guy. He's not. When's the last time Ozzy made a political speech? Never. He's not a pompous ass. It doesn't matter. He doesn't try to. None of them can, but it doesn't stop them from trying. None of these douchebags can.
All right, Ozzy.
They all try to sound like geniuses. Ozzy doesn't care. Yeah, I used to drink. Sometimes I still do. Oh, well. Good for him. Tell him the truth. That's why people like it. Dumb Americans are finally enjoying someone with a body like E.T. telling the truth.
All right, I'll see everybody at Ozfest. I love you, Sugar Bears, and I'll see you later.
All right, Ozzy.
Love you, Ozzy. Love you, Sharon.
I think more so. They just like watching him stumble about the house.
That's part of it, sure, but let him enjoy it.
That's a huge part
of it. Doesn't matter, man. Doesn't matter. Good for Ozzy. Let him laugh all the way. $20 million for the next season.
Seeing Ozzy work out before his tour, we're laughing
with his Let's Get Physical.
We're not laughing with him. We're laughing at him.
Let's get physical.
That's the reality
physical. Bottom line is this: he's 50-something years old. He has done more dope than everybody in this room, and he is still doing shows. How can anybody not like that? How can anybody not
respect that? I just think it's kind of over.
Please, where's Robert Plant? Where's any of these guys from the 70s? Or even Styx from the 80s couldn't make it.
Thank God Robert Plant isn't doing anything. That's something.
Yeah. Oh, the Who, like boy, they're going to be really energetic on stage.
And you know what?
70?
Is he going to show up?
Dude, who was supposed to open for the Who last time? I guarantee the Who is more energetic on stage than Ozzy.
At this age,
you're insane. All the footage they show of Ozzy on the stage during that Osbournes, he's barely moving.
I'll tell you why they have more energy, because they haven't done gigs since 1978. Nobody cares about Quadrophenia. It's awful.
The Who has been touring off and on. They never really retired.
Nobody likes the Who.
They had about 10 or 12 farewell tours. They've never really gone away.
The Who sells out. Just days on end at major venues.
Look, man, you know what? Bin Laden's very popular in certain parts of the world. It doesn't mean I enjoy his music.
Oh, my God, he's comparing The Who and Bin Laden.
The Who is as old as Ozzy, but they definitely move around a lot more.
Yeah, well, again, so what, man? They stink. Nobody likes The Who.
Well, you were talking about energy.
Yeah, no. They've been off for a while. Nobody cares about it.
Nobody cares about that.
He's an animal. He's an animal. There's no one better alive than Ozzy. He's a little older now, so what? He's a maniac. How do you not love him?
Can he still hit the notes live?
No, that's the beauty of him. He's not like Britney Spears lip syncing like a dope.
I'm not talking about that, but if he hit the notes, I like it.
Why are we talking about Britney Spears?
Because again, this is how dumb people are. She's so popular and wonderful, and she can't even sing live. At least Ozzy just does what he does without hiding it. That's why I like it.
People watch Britney just to look at the hot body.
Not 16-year-old girls don't. Most of the public goes because they really think she's terrific. Gay guys don't, and they love her.
Gay guys don't love Britney?
Yes, they do. They do.
Have you read an article that gay guys like Britney Spears?
They like In Sync.
Whatever they like. I mean, we don't know what they really like deep down. Just say she's
All right, we got a break.
She is what they want to be.
Robert Plant, I must say, the worst live. The guy could not sing those songs live. Doing them in the studio, and you'd hear the albums, and then live, it's sucked. And I'm not even talking about after he got older.
He had to put his yam bag in a vice to hit those notes.
Oh, yeah, that sucked. That's why I have a problem with it.
Ozzy plows through it, and he is who he is. He doesn't hide, and he doesn't try to be pompous and political. He's just a rocker, man. That's why I love him. He's the greatest.
Of course he is.
He is the greatest.
Of course.
Nothing pompous about him.
Of course.
I'm right, though.
You have no clue that Sharon's using her own husband.
No, she's not. She made it. Look, Sharon, are you the brilliance of Sharon Osbourne? She's kept Ozzy relevant in his 50s.
Maybe Ozzy doesn't want to be relevant anymore.
You're 100% wrong. She is a genius. To keep Ozzy relevant through glam metal, through everything, after he was in the dumps,
she's taking advantage of her own husband.
Absolutely not. They're rich beyond belief. Not at all. She's brilliant.
Watch the show again.
Sharon is brilliant.
Half the things Ozzy doesn't even want to do.
Please, exactly, and that's the beauty of her. No, keep going.
Why
does he have a hit show at 50?
Why does he need the money that bad?
No, man. Does anybody? Schwarzenegger?
He needs people to watch a show and laugh and ridicule him?
That's not what it's about, man. That's not what it's about at all. The whole family, they're just a regular family. They're honest. The nerve of them to be honest in America on TV. That's what they are. They're honest. They're not trying to be cute. They don't have chiseled chins. They don't have cute, perfect lines written for them. Hey, here comes the wacky kid. Waka waka. They're just real people. He doesn't hit his family. There's no abuse.
That's just it. No, they're not. They're not being real.
They are.
No.
The first couple ones,
The first couple they were.
But you guys are forgetting
now
this. They were being filmed. The whole season was probably shot before any of them were shown. So how can you say that they're watching themselves and becoming caricatures of themselves?
Now
most of the season was probably shot.
Well, now that the season has been shown and they've had time, of course.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I see it on the talk shows. They're trying to do situations like you saw in the show on the talk shows live. Oh, look, they're fighting again. It's
maybe.
Like, no, they're not.
To be honest with you, I don't know. But again, this is a rock family thrown into this situation. Let's see. There's no precedent for it. How do you handle it? This is the first time it's being done, so give the guys a break. How about live TV back in the 50s? They did certain things you look back on and go, that was kind of sketchy.
Right. Bill, what's up?
Hey guys, what's going on? I'm just calling because I got to agree with Norton with this whole, Led Zeppelin's overrated. I'm sick and tired of Stairway to Heaven, but this whole thing with Ozzy vibe. Hey Norton.
How could they even think I would fall for that?
Bad. That was so bad.
I am theoretically holding hands with Ozzy. How can you think I would fall for that, sir?
Oh, my
Stop.
God.
I'm not saying Zeppelin's not a great band.
Howie from Buffalo's got a question. Did you like Sabbath with Ronnie James Dio?
They did. Look, man, they did the Heaven and Hell and Mob Rules were good albums. I even liked Live Evil, which would sound like a studio album with hand claps in the back.
He goes, he should be in a basement with your little friends and a pentagram on the floor, just talking about Ozzy.
I liked Dio.
Ma!
No,
I'm down here.
No, I like Dio.
Doing things.
Dio wanted.
I feel like I'm watching Spinal Tap.
Yeah. Ozzy wanted Dio to open for them. Dio.
Oh wow, fascinating.
No, but Dio said no.
That's real Ozzy. Fascinating.
Well, to a lot of people it might be.
Yeah.
All right.
Ozzy lasted through everything. Glam metal, grunge, all that crap, and he's still relevant.
Lasted through it. Some of that glam metal stuff with Ozzy with his big hair.
I agree. He looked like Bette Midler with the painted things and the doves. I didn't say Shot in the Dark wasn't an awful video. I agree. It was terrible. But good for him to have a commercial hit. So what? If the dummies in America aren't going to put on Lord of this World or Into the Void or Supernaut, let them enjoy that.
Look how he rattles them off. I love this.
We got to take a break, okay?
All right.
We have a pair of U.S. Open golf tickets to give away.
Oh!
For tomorrow, though. So what are we going to do? We only have 40 minutes left in the show.
Tricky card there, Maggie. Very tricky.
We'll try to figure it out.
I love you all. I love you more than life itself. You're all f***ing mad.
Jim Norton losing his mind today.
Really is.
Jim, you got to agree with this one. Randy Rhoads,
yes,
the most overrated guitarist ever.
Ridiculous.
Ever.
That's what that is. Here's what that is. That's a shock value statement that has no merit. Because Randy was a classical guitarist. He was brilliant. Everybody knows he was brilliant. He wasn't overrated at all. Not at all. When's the last time you heard Randy's work played on stupid classic rock, faggot classic rock stations that will play Jimmy Page until the cows come home but won't play Randy? That really annoys me.
If he didn't die, he'd be still touring and he'd be like a has-been.
Nah, I would have left Ozzy years ago, man. Randy was a brilliant musician.
If he was still alive, he'd be like Tommy Shaw.
And here's another great thing. Well, no, stop it. First of all, the only thing they had in common was the mullet. But at least Randy was a great, brilliant musician.
Randy would have been in the Traveling Wilburys.
No, he would have left his...
Yeah, I think Randy Rhoads would have been a traveling Wilbury.
A Wilbury.
I think Ed makes a good point
They did Diary of
Sometimes it's good to die early.
And the same time they did the Diary and Blizzard of Oz, we got Randy on 2 albums. We got very, very lucky.
I mean, I'm sad that he's gone, but, I think it might have helped his longevity that he died early.
And as far as Ozzy fans not knowing this stuff until we saw the Osbournes, that's not true at all, man. Because if you're an Ozzy fan, I used to have a picture of their wedding picture on my wall when I was growing up. In 82 when they got married in Hawaii.
MTV did some kind of survey with kids, and 87% of them didn't even know who the Beatles were. So
I know,
all right,
I agree.
But they're going to know who Black Sabbath is?
Oh, because of Ozzy, and then 87% of kids, go ahead, let them put on trench coats and shoot each other, these little dummies. Who cares what they know? They're stupid. But a bunch of bad parents and dumb kids.
You said 35% of the people that watch the Osbournes know who Black Sabbath was.
I absolutely think they would.
I don't know.
And as far as the Beatles are concerned,
they may know the name because it was mentioned in the show, but I bet you they couldn't name one Black Sabbath song.
And you want? I didn't say they could. I just said they would know who Sabbath is. And you want to talk about Sharon being a manager? How relevant was McCartney if you left the Beatles? Band on the Run.
Sold a lot of records.
Love him or hate him, he had a good run. Good run with Wings.
But he was awful in Wings, and everybody knows he was awful in Wings.
He was not.
That was a giant.
If you want to make an argument, that stupid song he did with Michael Jackson, then you're onto something.
Ebony and Ivory. Well,
he had a good run with Wings.
They live side by side on my keyboard. Why can't we? I don't know. Maybe because the black keys on the keyboard don't beat up the white keys. Stupid.
Say was Michael Jackson.
That stunk too.
Say. Oh yeah. Say.
When he's dressed like a Bowery boy.
Yeah, but you lost your argument by saying Wings.
They were terrible. I haven't lost my argument. They were awful. I don't care how much they sold.
Let me tell you something.
I'm not. The Cartel sold a lot of cocaine. Doesn't mean I enjoy their work.
I was never a Wings fan, but they were a respectable band.
Yeah, by the critics, of course they were respected.
Guns N' Roses seemed to like tune enough to recover it.
And they seem more Zeppelin influenced than Sabbath influenced. Guns N' Roses, phenomenal band.
But I'm saying they saw enough in a Wings tune to cover it.
Big deal. They covered Knocking on Heaven's Door, too. So what? Sabbath did an Evil Woman cover on some issues of the first album. Does that mean it was a great band? No. Who cares what people covered? It doesn't mean anything to me.
Well, you were just saying most people have covered Sabbath songs. That was your argument.
You're saying so people know who they are. I was only saying, I'm saying all these bands that have covered Sabbath songs on these Sabbath tribute albums.
Randy Rhoads
so their
overrated.
fans know who they are. No, you don't
Randy Rhoads overrated.
Look, you don't believe that has nothing to. Can I
look, you don't believe that. Look,
can I pull this? Can I mention this?
What?
Real quick. Can I mention this? I got to mention it tomorrow. I have to mention this.
What the hell's wrong with you?
I'm doing Westbury Music Fair on September 7th. Tickets go on sale tomorrow at 12:30.
That's September. It's June.
I'm just telling you when they go on sale. Don't yell at me. I don't work in the office. My agent called me, and I'm reporting it to you. I wish Sharon was my manager.
We will allow you to plug this show over and over and over again until it sells out. If you admit on our show that Randy Rhoads was overrated.
Absolutely not. He is not overrated. He was never overrated.
Who's the better guitarist, Randy Rhoads or Jimmy Page?
To be honest with you, it's a tough question, man, because Randy died when he was 26 years old.
God.
Dude, he was 26.
All right.
56 to 82.
We'll only use Jimmy Page's material from the first two Led Zeppelin albums. Who's better?
That's tough, man. I'm not going to just automatically say Randy because I love him so much because Page was a great guitarist. Dude, but no, it is close.
And no, Randy
was a brilliant guitarist.
It's not even close.
Because he didn't. What? Because he didn't do the
Jimmy Page. Jimmy Page on those first two albums came up with so many more licks than Randy Rhoads.
With his stupid double guitar that the dude from Cheap Trick used.
That was later on in his career. We're only talking about the first two albums, my friend.
Is he playing the top one or the bottom one? He should have been playing Surrender.
If Randy Rhoads was still around, he'd be playing the spinning guitar and the flying V's and stuff.
Probably would have left Ozzy. He was playing the flying V when he was alive. He was playing the polka dot flying V. He probably would have left Ozzy in 83 or 84 because he would have moved on and done classical music.
No, he wouldn't have.
Yes, he would have. Ozzy admits that. Yes, he would have.
No. Here it goes. Look at this. Bobby from NYC. Ha ha, Opie, you laughable D. You worship that no-talent sack of S, Kurt Cobain, and you have the unmitigated gall to mention anything negative about Randy Rhoads. See? You don't think Cobain's suicide helped his longevity?
Of course it did.
You probably won't even have the balls to read this on the air.
Of course it did. He'd probably be making some pretty crappy tunes by now. Without a doubt. Without a doubt. But you can't admit it. And I said, Anthony, sometimes it's good to die,
right,
early.
What can I admit? Randy was not overrated.
Randy Rhoads, if he was still around, would be doing some ridiculous things.
Not at all. Why?
Without a doubt.
Not necessarily
because everyone does.
Name one guy that isn't an embarrassment.
What do you mean?
Just as I was talking before we came back from break. The Beatles. You look at John Lennon, when he died, still hip, cool, New York guy, walking around with his dopey little glasses and whatnot. He gets killed. The other ones live. Yeah, did you see Paul McCartney at his wedding? He looks like an old woman, first of all, now. He is not relevant in the least. And then they're filming him kissing his wife, and everyone's going, hey, Paul, give her a kiss. And he goes, okay, but just one. Kisses her with his wrinkled up little lips and goes, if you missed it, that's all you get.
Good for McCartney.
It's like you don't want to kiss his girl. He's irrelevant. He's old, and it's sad.
Why should he kiss his girl for the media? He sang yesterday. You just take your one-legged bride, throw her on the bed, and bang her in the privacy of your own mansion. He shouldn't perform for these nobodies. Hey, give her a kiss and we can get a picture of you.
When you look at the days where he had the big beard and he's singing Let It Be,
exactly,
and then you look now, you're like, gee, Lennon got off easy.
Good for McCartney. He shouldn't perform for a bunch of dirtbag paparazzi. Hey, we need to sell this to the Sun. Those scumbags, they do nothing but hound you, and he's supposed to kiss his nice wife because they asked for it?
You would think he would want to.
Who cares what maybe he didn't. Take her home, just look at her and go, wow, she really does only have one. And think about it. God, good for McCartney. And his new song was terrible, by the way.
He should kiss her because they invited the press there to take pictures.
Yeah, absolutely. But not to bark out orders.
Whatever they want.
Rick, if I invite you to my house...
Asking for.
If I invite you to my house...
To come down, take pictures, cover this for the press, give me publicity.
Absolutely.
But then give us something to print.
But he didn't hire Kubrick to direct it. He just had people come and take pictures of it as it was happening. He didn't say, all right, let me know what you want me to do.
Keith Moon died rock and roll fashion, man. Now legendary drummer of all time. You got
Bonham too.
Keith Moon. Bonham, exactly the same thing. And then you look at,
Well, the nerve of Sabbath to have some temerity to stay alive. Bill, Tony, Geezer, and Ozzy are all living. Gee, maybe Bill Ward just put a little weight on, but he's one of the most underrated drummers ever. He was not as good as Bonham. I know that.
Stop it.
Dude, I'm not
Don't
saying
even get into
not
that.
as good as Neil Peart, not as good as Bonham, but he was underrated.
There's another 50 drummers you can put in front of him.
Who?
Neil Peart, the greatest drummer of all time.
He was a great drummer. Neil Peart was great, man. Great. But who you put in front of Bill Ward?
No, John Bonham was right there, and Keith Moon was
I would put
right there.
Keith Moon.
All right, yeah, okay.
Especially for the time,
Also that the drummer from Winger.
Kaja Gugu's drummer was just phenomenal.
Yeah, he didn't get the respect he
Or Def
deserved.
Leppard. Maybe Rick Allen should have married McCartney's wife, and they could have just rolled around and looked at what should be there.
Uncle John.
Stupid puzzles with pieces missing.
Uncle John, what's up?
Sorry, guys.
Once again, the show started off really good. The middle stunk, and then we end up strong.
Having a little fun.
All right, what's up, Uncle John?
I just got what did I learn?
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
I learned if you're walking around downtown, don't look behind any dumpsters.
No doubt. Hey, Uncle John?
Yo.
Black Sabbath overrated, right?
I got to side with Jim on this one.
Thank
Sorry,
you,
guys.
John. Thank you, buddy.
Have to.
You pussy.
He's right.
You pussy. Look at this one. No more free tickets for you.
The easier thing to do would be to side with Opie.
I'll pay my way, but I got to go for Sabbath.
I respect that.
Look at this one. I love how Norton argues. He's quick, concise, and makes a point with each statement. He's passionate. Norton rocks.
Thank you, whoever that
There
was.
you go.
Maybe I should just put up a lighter and yell, "Dude, Stairway to Heaven again! The critics love that one! Hey, Black Dog!" What's wrong with Black Dog? Nothing. The 800th time you hear it on the same effing classic rock station.
Yeah.
Those bags of vomit
That's
once.
not Zeppelin's problem.
I will agree with you.
They put the material out there, and then it's up to radio to decide which songs they're going
I'm
to
not
play.
saying Zeppelin wasn't even a great band. Radio stinks.
I will agree with you
When's
on
the last
that.
time you heard anything off Volume 4 by Sabbath? Never. Never. And you're going to tell me I'm serious, man. We're on Sabotage.
What song should radio be playing from Sabbath? I really need to hear that.
National Acrobat, Volume 4 would be off of a Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath. That's what Sabbath does. Would be very nice to hear. A National. That's the song I walk out to. Everybody said, "Dude, that song kicks ass." Who is it? Well, maybe it's your classic rock station.
There you go. They didn't know.
Because there's only one verse.
Your own fans did not know you were walking out to Sabbath.
Because these faggot classic rock stations have never given it the play it deserved. Hey, put on Dream On again. We haven't heard that enough. Hey, do you want to hear maybe a Spiral Architect off of Sabbath Bloody Sabbath? No. People won't just recognize that, and you can't go 2 for Tuesday or get the Sabbath out. You faggot DJs. Stick to your playlist, you faggots. It's the same. Put on My Generation again. We never get tired of hearing that. Or how about Brown Eyed Girl, you white trash zeros?
There are plenty of good things off of Quadrophenia that never get played on the radio.
I'm tired of the rock opera. You don't like both. You like one or the other. That conceptual nonsense. Nobody wants to hear it. Hey, here's Ozzy with the rock ballet. Nobody wants to hear that crap. It's awful.
Did he like Tommy by the Who?
No, I didn't like Tommy.
The whole album?
No.
He barks it. No.
That was a great album.
When was it? 71? It was a good album, and you heard it enough on the radio. Enough with these crappy bands on the radio.
Oh, like Black Sabbath plays well today.
Dude, they still do. Look at Iommi and Bill
The Who's Tommy plays better today than Black Sabbath.
Because the Who has been doing nothing but sleeping for the last 20 years. Nobody cared about them. At least Sabbath.
They tour all the time.
They suck. Nobody cares about them or stupid Roger Daltrey and his gimmicky tight jeans. Bruce Dickinson stole that in Iron Maiden. Nobody cares about Daltrey and his tight pants.
If the Who does 5 nights at Giant Stadium, it will sell out 5 nights.
You're absolutely right.
It's amazing.
I can't argue. You're right. They're a tremendously successful band. Sabbath never had that type of commercial success and never will. But they said the radio never gave them the play.
They just
the critics never gave
weren't
them
that
the play. No, come on. You can't. As anybody that knows music, you can't even argue that. Any band would argue with you.
A few good songs.
A few good songs.
That's about it.
What, can they stop playing Paranoid or War Pigs? How about something off of Sabotage? You gonna tell me you don't want to hear Hole in the Sky or Symptom of the Universe? The thrill of it all? Of course you do.
If you were talking Star Trek, you would be the biggest Star Trek geek.
Yeah,
That's what I'm talking about.
I knew the Admiral on the East Coast.
You know everything.
And I don't care about you 18-year-olds like, hey, dude, enough with Savage. Drop dead.
Is this the sequel to Spinal Tap? This is a sequel to Spinal Tap.
Listen to all your music now that is stealing from Sabbath. Anyway, those great
Who
riffs.
steals from Sabbath?
A lot of the bands. I've heard so many of their riffs coming out.
All of them not.
And by the way, I'm tired of overrated Santana. He does some famous riff that is a ripoff of Rat Salad, I think, off Paranoid.
Which riff?
I don't know. He doesn't even sing his own crappy. What's that new song he did? That awful Ocean Stink song?
Smooth. That's about 7 years old.
Yeah, I know. It's critically acclaimed.
I never.
You know what? That was a great song.
That
was
it was mediocre.
The song was really good.
Yeah, you listen to it, hey, I can tap my feet to that.
It was a good song, man. And that whole album was amazing.
Overrated.
I didn't think
with all the
Santana
guest
was
musicians
good.
and the guest singers.
Exactly. Where's Ozzy with the guest singers? Hey, guys, come on over. He doesn't need them.
Hey, dude, Randy Rhoads wouldn't be able to put out an album singing.
No, and Randy wouldn't try. That's the beauty of Randy.
Santana doesn't want to try.
Nobody cares about that dopey fat man. He's awful.
He was all about playing the guitar.
Yeah, good for him. Let him do it.
Another
in
guitar
Mexico.
is better than Randy Rhoads, by the way.
No.
Yes.
He's been around for 70 years.
Yes.
He is the most overrated guitarist ever. Hey, where's Yngwie and his 4 years of fame? Malmsteen. Anyone with an L and an M in their last name should not be listened to as a rock musician.
Yngwie Malmsteen? Better than Randy Rhoads.
No, come on. That Swedish fag. Nobody cares about him.
Santana.
Just awful.
Awful.
Take the wah-wah bar and stab himself in the eye. Nobody wants to hear
bar.
Carlos Santana.
It's a wah-wah bar.
He's a great guitarist.
A whammy bar or a wah-wah pedal, stupid.
All right, whatever it is. Exactly. That's why I don't know, because Randy never used that crap.
You admitted that he was playing the V guitars, the flying V. That was a gimmick.
Steve Vai is better than Randy Rhoads.
I'm not as familiar with Steve Vai's work.
The Flying V was a gimmick guitar when it first came out.
How do you think he got some of those sounds without a whammy bar?
No, he did.
All that.
Yeah, Suicide Solution.
Yeah,
phenomenal.
that's all whammy bar.
Phenomenal. So what? At least he didn't try to sing. All right, maybe. All right. I'll give you that point. He used the bar a lot better than that fat dummy did. I'll tell you that much. That stupid guy stealing from Sabbath. He stole from Sabbath. Nobody will ever admit that. Oh, Norton, you're crazy, but I'm not crazy. He took riffs from Sabbath's Paranoid album.
Well, prove it. We'll prove it on our
Either
show.
Jack the Stripper, I think, or Rat Salad. It was something of the original.
Dude, you go home and do your research. We'll prove it right on the show.
I don't remember the Santana.
You're babbling now.
I'm not babbling.
Then go home and do your research.
Maybe I am babbling. I apologize.
Is there a
find
point?
the riff that he ripped off,
No,
and we'll do it.
I don't remember the Santana song.
Well, someone will help you out. Email Jim Norton, tinkledrinker at AOL.com.
I'm not going to download and listen to Santana songs.
No, but they'll tell you which riff it was, idiot.
They might not know.
Is there going to be a point on this program that we actually get Norton and Ozzy in the same room?
I've met Ozzy, dude. I've met him twice, and I would.
Yeah, but I want to see it.
I wouldn't be this nuts with him if he would freak him out. I would be quiet and mellow and hang and then just stare at him and make him uncomfortable again.
No, I want to get you all revved up so you could spew this off so Ozzy can just look at you and go, I love him.
No, he wouldn't.
I love this man.
He wouldn't say that. He would think I was an ass, and who is this maniacal lunatic? I wouldn't be like this in front of Ozzy because it would make him uncomfortable. No, I wouldn't. My own stupidity can wait. When he leaves, I can make an ass out of myself. No, I would be mellow out of respect for him.